Okay, so now let's talk about water. And pretty much the first thing that you're going to be thinking about water is temperature. And this is one of those things that when you're brewing teas like oolongs, you have to be very specific about what is the exact temperature water that I should start with, and then what is the temperature water that I should be on when I'm on the third steeping or the fourth steeping. But again, we're brewing in this course, we're brewing an aged tea, a liu bao, or a pu'er, and so really we don't need to worry about things like temperature water. These types of teas like boiling water every single time. So that's pretty straightforward, right? I just need to boil the water. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to turn my thing on here. But there is a right way to boil water. There's a particular time when you want to turn it off. Have you ever seen these electric kettles where you can just flip a switch and it just boils and boils and boils over for a while? You really don't want that. It's not going to be a problem if you have a speed kettle. I've used speed kettles in the past and it's fine. But this is just one of those little nuances and beautiful intricacies about your tea ceremony that has been introduced to me. So I'll share it with you. If you want to follow it, then great. If not, boil your water however you want. It just needs to be hot. So the appropriate way to boil water is they say you want to look for when you start seeing fish eyes at the top of the water. So when you're boiling the water, to begin with, to recognize this when the fish eyes come, you're going to need to be looking a lot. But also listen to the sound, and each kettle has a different sound that it will give you to indicate that it's coming close to boiling. But over time, if you're using the same kettle, you'll start to recognize when it's getting close to boiling. And again, when I talked about kettles and the different types of materials for kettles, this is another reason why a glass kettle may be a good thing to start off with, because you can really just see directly at all times the evolution that the water goes in as it heats up. So now I'll just wait until this gets to the point for the fish eyes, and I'll show you what they look like when it gets there. Okay, so now we're almost to the point where the fish eyes, you see the bubbles are starting to come to the surface, and now they're starting to break through the surface. And now this is the time when you would turn the water off, when it looks like that. It's done. Those are the fish eyes right there. Okay, so now that our water is boiled, we're ready to start brewing the tea.